When playing a game, a critical element to remember is recovery back to a base. In this case, both these players are occupying a base position just behind the back line to where their opponent can send the ball. This means that when the ball is sent and was to bounce, the player would always be able to move forward onto the shot and then retreat back behind the baseline. What's interesting about base is that when players are playing a shot at a different angle, for instance here for blues, the angle of their shot changes. So now if we were to move and look, instead of being here, the angle shifts. And so now the blue person is aiming at this direction, this target area. To do this, the red would have to move to a base position here, diagonally opposite the opponent's target area. The same would happen if the players were to move to this type of angle. If blue was playing a ball from here, now suddenly the target area changes again and red has to move across, anticipating the ball flight to be somewhere in this region for them to cover. In these circumstances, as soon as blue played the shot, they would have to come back to cover where they expect the red person to play the next shot, because from here they would obviously try to get to this side where the bigger space is, forcing blue to move across, changing the target area again, and red will be moving across to cover that. So recovery of base is a critical part of the game. When the player is using a base effectively to cover the target area, they're in fact actually now starting to read the play. Because once I know where I think the opponent will be playing the shot, so if I know blue is here, the red movement has shifted their base always to where they anticipate the target area the opponent will be. This facilitates the notion of giving yourself time, because even before the person plays the shot, if I've played a ball into this area here, before blue even attempts a shot, red knows to adjust their position. So as blue moves to hit this shot, their target area is presented here. Red is already anticipating where they think the ball is going to be. So now you end up with recovery, back to a base behind target area, and the read where based on your shot, you shift your positioning to anticipate where you think the ball will be, maintaining the base. So you get a read and base combination for every point. If players move inside the court to play a shot, this means there'll be less time, and this also means that the target area in the front part of the court becomes far more open, in which case the red player has to decide, do I need to cover the short ball, or is this person going to attack me, in which case I may need to retreat, anticipating a hard shot being placed at the back. So again, a good base is needed, but now you have to read based on your shot where you think the person is going to play the ball. If this person is not got lots of time, usually you want to move in to cover the short ball, because if they drop it short and you're too far back, then you're going to have no time to recover. So this is how you start to adjust your movement based where you think the opponent's going to play their next shot. So now as our players engage in a rally, sending the ball back and forth, is movement that is anticipation of where they think the opponent is going to play the next shot. So as blue plays the shot down the line, red, who is anticipating, moves, and blue would move across to cover that area. As red drops the ball short in the area here, blue would move in to get that, and red would have to anticipate that by covering the area they think the ball is going to be. Both recovery and read creates the dynamics of an exciting game.